actually, you know, the dating experience have been the weirdest lately. I don't have that problem since a while, but there are issues, right? And we were talking about the issues of simping before, and I think that is ruining everything. I have a video on it right now. Let's see.
Except you're the only one running it. But at the same time, you can
The
see
Gen
everyone else
Z
running
dating
theirs.
experience.
I'm in my 20s now, and I think it's probably the most awkward time in anyone's life.
Yeah.
On one hand, there's people around my age who were steadily working their careers, climbing the corporate ladder, going out on the weekends, and living the typical adult life. And on the other, there's still a lot of us trying to figure it out. But I think out of all the good things
If you're working on your corporate career at 20, by 40, you have 3 brain cells, and all 3 are in depression. I hope people don't think that that lifestyle is good, that the corporate lifestyle is good. At 20, go around the world, do shitty jobs, don't go in corporations. You think you will find happiness in having a good job that pays. I'm telling you, you won't. You will just get more depressed with time.
you can have in life, the one thing most of us want more than anything is someone to do it with. When I look around, I see a lot of my friends in long-term relationships, and some of them have even gotten married. But I also have a lot of friends who are my age and have never even been in a relationship. Dating as a
Well,
Gen Z adult is an interesting experience because dating comes with a lot of expectations. What do guys expect out of girls? What do girls expect from a guy? What does one partner expect from the other? There's this constant push and pull between what people want from each other romantically, and social media is only making it worse. It's why I think a lot of younger people
can I tell you something? Actually, I think that social media had an impact on the world similar to the atomic bomb, right? It has created so many issues, right? That holy shit, holy shit. And people are not even talking about it because it's just a normal thing and it seems so innocent. It isn't. Biggest issues ever was creating it's internet, actually. Like we were not ready for the internet. Just we weren't.
think that romance is dead because social media is full of unrealistic expectations that I don't think 90% of young adults can meet. Yo, bro, what's your type?
And the type of women that you
I
like
like short.
out of the social media or even worse, dating apps, they all have like impossible standards to meet, and you're constantly like chasing something only because it's cool and only because like your friends will think that that woman would look very good. Man, all things that were present in the past, but they got 10 times, a million times worse with social media. Like if you have to take a picture, you want to take a picture with somebody who looks cool or good, and you fail to realize that just for having likes, right? But you're failing to realize that 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 is not the way that you should approach dating at all.
Short girls, but I go to the gym, so I also want her to be fit too. And I kind of like when girls have a bit of an attitude, but I think confidence is hot, so I want her to have a lot of pride as well. Okay, so you said short, fit, has an attitude, and a strong sense of pride. Yeah, bro, I don't think you want a girlfriend. I think you want Vegeta. Now, I'm not blaming social media for being the reason people are single, but I think sometimes people forget that social media is just a caricature of reality,
Yeah.
and that most things shouldn't be taken so seriously.
Yeah.
Every other day on Twitter, I see people getting worked up over hypothetical situations that would never happen in reality, but they build their entire perspective on relationships around it. Babe, would you love me if I was a worm? What? If I got magically transformed into a worm, but I was still your girlfriend, would you still love me? I mean, how could you be my girlfriend if you were a worm? Wow. Just wow. What kind of question is this? Why would you even be a worm? This is why men deserve less. How am I supposed to date a worm? The truth is that there are a lot of really cool people out there that are looking for someone compatible to spend their time with. But a lot of the time, we only get to see the negatives. And sometimes this causes us to shut ourselves down before we even give someone else the chance to.
Actually, he glazed on one point. Sometimes people, I have still no idea how people can watch YouTube shorts or TikToks or whatever and think that what they're seeing is real. Like 99.9% they are man-made. It's just fake. Man-made shit. It's just fake. Like, think about it. Like, you see a TikTok and everything is well placed. The cameraman is in a certain angle. Even like relationship with the other person, right? Like, this is why I love my wife, and he's filming her while she dances and blah blah blah. And it's all fake, all fucking fake. And people seem to not see that. Like, how can you not see that? Like a dude who saves a baby from like a train coming just in time. It's AI. It's fake. How do you not see it? And like full of people down in the comments writing, "Oh man, so good. Oh my god." How are you not seeing those things? Like, you have to realize what is reality and what is not reality. And if we are really not able to do that, you should not be on the internet. That's what I think.
Possibly say yes. Believe it or not, I've had girls that were interested in me tell me they were afraid to approach me because they didn't think they were my type. But the truth is, I don't have a type. Superficial things like someone's height, weight, income, or other things are temporary. And if you base your relationship with someone on those things, then the relationship will also be temporary. I'm not saying you should treat relationships like the stock market and invest in someone you don't find attractive, hoping they glow up into a supermodel. I just think that a lot of times when you talk to people, most of them don't care that much about looks. Sure, there are shallow people out there, but not everybody is gonna like you. And it's not always about your looks. It's like your boy coming to you like, "It's no use trying to date, bro. Girls don't like me because I'm not 6 feet." No, bro, don't say that. It's not because you're not 6 feet. It's because you have no swag. Dating is about finding someone who aligns with your values, priorities, and lifestyle. It won't always be a perfect fit, but you shouldn't have to put yourself in an uncomfortable position to meet someone else's expectations.
And also, let's be honest, youngsters today, they really, at the first thing that gets wrong, they get depressed and leave. Like, they have zero chance. If we go to war, we and these are the next soldiers who go to war, we're doomed. Like, if Gen Z will go to war, we're doomed. Like, we're literally doomed. If one of them goes to Ukraine, it's over. Like, if this is our future soldiers that will defend freedom or the Western world, we are doomed. Like, they have no chance of resisting anything bad. Anything. Like, emotionally, they are frail. They are fat, most of them, especially in the US, literally fat. And they play all times like they lived such a comfortable, cozy life, because at least like millennials and before millennials, even better, like Gen X and so on, those guys had some issues with parents who lived after the war, very poor, at least in Europe. And those or in the US, they were beating the shit out of them, right? Like bad parents. So at least they had bad parents, right? Who set up the bar very low. And, you could say, oh, fucking, at least I have that bad experience in my life that makes me think I don't want that, right? And I'm able maybe to survive at least emotional damage. Physical damage hasn't been there for a very long time, since World War II, but at least they had that, right? But the problem is that they created then a generation, and Gen X and millennials were saying, oh man, I don't want my son to experience like my boomer parenting. So they started to treat them like kings and queens, and brother, they have a zero resistance to pain, emotional or whatever, zero. So of course, whenever they meet another person and the other person shows 1% problems, like 0, it farted once. they leave. They say, oh my God, I want the perfect person without being perfect themselves. Keep in mind.
Expectations. A big fear when it comes to dating is the idea of being chosen versus being an option. When you're searching for someone to love, you want them to love you back equally. No one likes to think that their partner settled for them. You want to feel like you were their first option, not the backup plan. And this doesn't mean that you should only be looking for people who've never been in a relationship. That's unrealistic.
Oha, klingt
That's
gut.
unrealistic.
Sushi. Kevin.
It means that everyone deserves to feel like their partner chose them, that they're with you because they want to be, not because things didn't work out with the people they wanted more, or that they're only with you because they couldn't get anybody else. I think in an era of social media, it's easy to compare yourself against other people, especially when you're aware that your partner was with people before you. Like if the girl you like says she likes tall guys but you're 5'7", or all your boyfriend's exes are blonde and you have dark hair, these things can make you feel insecure and that your partner settled for you because you aren't their type. So when it comes to dating, it's really important that your partner knows that you chose them and not that they just happened to be your best option at the time. I think for a lot of young people, the scariest part of dating is dealing with commitment. A lot of people have different.
To be fair, though, everybody has a type. I have a type too. Doesn't mean that my girlfriend or wife or whatever should be that exact type. Like, I think Dua Lipa is hot and one of the hottest women, and maybe the standard for me for like a woman. But look at me. Would I ever? I don't think so.
Ways they become attached
So,
to others.
you know what I
Some
mean?
people are more readily able to commit to someone and others are a bit more avoidant. Me personally, I'm very quick to
And it doesn't mean that if you get rich, then you owe the person who's close to you the chosen privilege, let's say. Meaning, let's say you even become better and better for whatever reason. I don't know. You make plastic surgery and you become better and better looking, and maybe you have more chances to take somebody better, right? You owe the first person the chance option. And you have only one life, blah, blah, blah. So make the best of it. Bullshit, right? It's a stupid argument because that person chose you when you were at your lowest. And this is also applying, especially for men, for when you have money. But that person chose you when you were at your lowest, and you owe that person that.
Accept people
very
into my life,
important
and there
honor
are a lot
in
of people
this.
I consider my friends. Pretty much, if you've ever just listened to me talk for more than 20 minutes, then I'll probably think of you as a friend. And this translates to my relationships because every time I meet a girl who's like, hey, you're kind of cute, we should hang out more. And I'm like, oh, bet, here's my number. But in my head, I'm already thinking about what we're gonna name our kids. My friends say I get
All right.
attached too quickly, and they're honestly
Fast.
probably right. I've dealt with girls who are more avoidant in the past, and it's not for the weak. But sometimes people have a fear of commitment for different reasons, and that can make dating hard. And depending on what it is, sometimes you have to let that stuff go. Everyone has that one friend that's still holding on to baggage from a long time ago. Yo, bro, I met this girl today and I think she'd be perfect for you. Nah, bro, I'm never dating again. All girls are the same. Bro, are you good? What's wrong? Yeah, bro, it's just, I still have some trauma I'm dealing with from my last relationship. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. What happened? I got cheated on. Oh, that's tough, bro. How'd you find out? I went to lunch early that day and I caught her in the act. No way. Yeah. She shared her chocolate milk with another guy at the lunch table. Wait,
Can I tell you something? I've never met anybody who cheated. I'm not joking. Never met anybody who cheated. Like, I always hear about cheating. I only met people who never cheat. Or probably I'm very naive and they did it. They just never told and they were very smart with it.
wait, what? She
Could
told
be.
me I was
Could
the
very
only
well be.
guy she would share her Trumu with. I couldn't believe it. Wait, bro, how long ago was this? You remember Shanice? Bro, from 7th grade? Yes, bro. We were gonna spend the rest of our lives together. Bro, that was middle school. You gotta let that go. But I remember it like it was yesterday. Bro, we were 12. I can understand not wanting to rush into a committed relationship with someone and wanting to take things slow. However, one thing that's super common with Gen Z is being caught in a situationship. A situationship is basically
what
when you're
that
doing
means.
all the things that people in a relationship would do, without being in a relationship. Sometimes people aren't on the same page when it comes to commitment, and that's fine. One person may want to take the relationship to the next level, while the other person needs some time to know if they're ready. However, you shouldn't still be acting like you're in a relationship when you're not, because that's when things get confusing. Yo, so how's things going with you and that one girl? Oh man, they're great. We talk every day. We hang out all the time. I met her mom. She's been staying over. We're even sleeping in the same bed. Oh, so like, is she your girlfriend now? Whoa. Why are you throwing that G word out, man? We're just friends. Well, we've been friends for years and we never sleep in the same bed. Except that one time. Well, I mean, it's different because she's a girl, you know? But we're just chilling. Okay, so if you're just friends, then you wouldn't be mad if I tried to ask her out. I will chokeslam you through the floor, bro. Exactly, bro. You clearly like her. So just wife her up. Is he talking about that one girl he's been kicking it with, but he's too scared to put a label on it? Yes, bro. Bro, if you don't man up and tell that girl you need her same day delivery like Amazon Prime, all right, bro, chill. I get not wanting to put a label on things, but what's important is that you're both on the same page. One time, I went to get lunch with a female friend of mine, and everything was going great, until the waitress brought the check. Apparently, since she saw a guy and a girl getting food together, she immediately assumed that we were on a date. And since it's a date, I'm supposed to pay for both of our meals. And that was crazy, because before bringing the check,
Bro, I'm never paying for a meal. Are you crazy? Like, okay, let's say you're on a date and you take out your woman with you, like the new girlfriend that you want to have, and you have to pay for her food. Dude, it's like, it's already a red flag. She has to offer herself to pay, and maybe you can say as a good gesture, but the fact that you expect that in today's age where she's maybe doing more than you, what the hell? No, I'm not paying for that shit. We both are. And if she's not willing to pay for that, so do 50-50, then fuck off. It's just the way it is. Like, they want equal rights. Well, equal problems too. I'm sorry, but this is just the way it is. If she expects, so this is the difference. If you want to pay because you feel like that is the way to go to be a gentleman, do it. Totally fine. The problem is if she expects that. If she expects that, fuck you.
waiters usually ask
fuck you
if your
think you
meals are
are?
separate. But no, she was just like, this is a date, you're a man, so you pay. My friend offered to
No.
cover her half, but at that point, I had already accepted my fate. So yeah, make sure it's clear where you stand with someone before you end up spending $53 on a burger and
Yeah,
fries.
that's what I
One
mean,
unique
right?
thing about dating for Gen Z, though, is that we have a lot of options when it comes to looking for love. Obviously, there's traditional dating where you meet someone either on your own or through your friends, and you start talking and then eventually start dating. But there's also online dating, where you create your profile, get a match, and hope that the stranger you meet is normal enough to not make you want to block them on everything the second the date is over. And there's also e-dating, which is cringe. Traditional dating may seem less common among Gen Z with how prevalent dating apps are, but a lot of relationships still start this way, especially if you're still in school where you're regularly surrounded by people around your age. There are a lot of obstacles that get in the way of traditional dating though, like having enough free time to go out and meet people, or having enough personal connections to find
Because
an
you're in a
available
corporate
partner, or
environment.
even just having enough money to keep going on dates. But the biggest hurdle by far is dealing with rejection. No is one of the hardest words to hear. Building up the courage to approach someone is hard enough as it is, and for it to not go your way really stings. People walk around every day with countless insecurities living in the back of their head, so no matter who you are, being rejected can make you feel like you're just not good enough. And that's fair. You've probably heard it before. The worst she can say is no. And no, it's not the worst thing she can say. You could walk up to a girl and ask her out, and she could look at you and say, "Ew. I would never go out with an ugly, stinky, bald-headed, swagless nerd like you. My standards aren't that low." And honestly, at that point, you're cooked. But that's only the worst case scenario. Most of the time, rejection usually goes like this. "Hey, I saw you across the way there and I thought you were really pretty. I was wondering if you'd like to go out sometime?" "Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you. But I'm not really looking for anything at the moment. Sorry." "Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Have a nice day." No matter how nice it is, rejection always hurts. And for most guys at least, I don't even think it's a fear of rejection, but rather a fear of being seen as a creep. And I completely understand. The thought of making a woman uncomfortable is almost unbearable. But you can't let your fear of rejection turn into a fear of approaching people in general. All right, bro, I'm finally gonna do it. Today I'm gonna tell that girl how I really feel. Bet, bro, you're in there. I'm telling you, just play it cool. You're right, bro. I just gotta stay confident. Excuse me. Do you know what time the library closes? I need to return this book, but I'm trying to figure out if I should do it before or after my next class. Could you help me out here?
Einfach mit dem
Well, but
Automat
to be fair, that is like that is something normal, right? I mean, that happens to everyone. Happened to me as well. I remember one day I met this girl at the university. She was an 11 out of 10, Estonian, I think, or from Lithuania. She was like the best looking woman I've ever seen in the whole campus. And one time we were talking. I never talked to her. She talked to me for 1 second, and I just turned like blue, and I made overstated, like I was moving my hands. I was getting crazy. Just happens to everyone. When you meet somebody who's really beautiful, they have this shocking effect on you. It happens.
He had to go to the bathroom. Despite the challenges, I still think dating traditionally is one of the best ways to meet someone. Your
Yeah.
friends can help put you on with people they think will match your personality, and it gives you a more organic connection with someone that can grow over time. Online dating isn't really a new thing anymore, and honestly, it isn't as bad as it used to be. I have a few friends who met their partners on dating apps, and they're honestly in very happy, healthy relationships with people they met online. I think
Actually, this restores my faith in Gen Z. If really dating apps are going down and they are preferring to actually meet in person, in person first, like old dating, respect.
the biggest issue with online dating, though, is that since you're dealing with strangers, it can be very superficial.
Yeah.
The only
Not
thing
only
they
very
really
superficial,
have to go
but
off
very
of initially
dangerous.
is your appearance and whatever you put on your profile. So sometimes it's hard to really find someone who's a good match for you. It also goes against the #1 rule of the internet, which is to never link up with random people you met online. But it does lead to one of my favorite games, which is figuring out how long it takes for your date to finally reveal themselves as a weirdo. Wow, this
Yeah.
was such a nice date. I really enjoyed talking to you. Of course, you're such an interesting person. Can I ask you something before we leave? Sure, what's up? Can I take a picture of your feet? Your toes look very nice, and I would love to set them as the wallpaper on my phone. What? I thought you said you like girls with a good soul. No. I said I like girls with good souls. Here, just hold still for a second. I think my Uber's here. And then there's e-dating. Oh boy. The digital age has changed the way we do a lot of things, including dating. And e-dating is something that's really common among people
fuck
who
is
don't go
e-dating?
outside a lot. And don't get me wrong, I've been playing video games since I was 4. And over the years, I've met a lot of really cool people online and would even consider them good friends. I think just about everyone in Gen Z has at least one friend that they've never actually met in person.
True.
E-dating isn't
Well,
too different
I
from
do.
your typical long distance relationship, but it's definitely a relatively new experience. One day, you and your homie are queuing Swift plays and an e-girl with a soft voice gets on your team. Now you see him duo queuing on his alt and silver at 4 a.m. I know I make fun of e-dating a lot, but genuinely, if you're happy with someone you met in a Discord server, then that's great. But I've also seen a lot of e-relationships end badly with leaked DMs full of messages I wish I never saw. So if
Yeah.
you're gonna e-date, make sure she's only for you and not for the hashtag general. No matter what kind of situation you find yourself in, it's important that you always remember to be yourself. You don't need to be someone else to attract a certain type of person. And if you feel the need to act like someone you're not to impress someone, then they're probably not worth it. There are people out there who will like you for you. You don't have to pretend. So just stick to being yourself. We all know that one guy that starts acting different when girls come around. Bro, there's no way he's beating Goku. Nobody can beat Goku. Dude, I'm telling you, with Gear 5, Luffy solos the verse. Bro, he's not touching Goku. You're tweaking. Bro, the Toon Force. I'm telling you the Toon Force. Nah, bro, I'm not trying to hear it, You don't know about the Toon Force. Hey, guys. Oh, hey, what's up? What you guys doing? Oh, we were just having an anime debate. Like, this guy thinks Luffy can beat... I mean, that was really more so him. Like, I'm not really into all that anime stuff for real. It's, like, kind of immature for me. Oh, you guys talking about anime? I love anime. Have you guys seen Hunter x Hunter? Oh, Hunter x Hunter? Yeah, that's my show. Like, Killer Will, like, that's my favorite character. Bro, weren't
So
you just
true.
calling it mid, like, last week? Bro, chill. You always bringing up old stuff. Like, I'm a different man now. Right. Anyway, I was coming over to ask if you still needed your shift covered tomorrow. My schedule opened up and I wanted some extra hours. Oh yeah, it's perfect. I really needed to be off tomorrow. So if you can, that'd be great. Yeah, bro. Now you can come to the gym. Like, I be going every day. In fact, probably about to go now, low key. Probably hit the bench. Yeah, so I'll text you when I pick your shift up, okay? Yeah, thank you. I mean, you can text me too, though. To sum it up, relationships are complicated, and a lot of times, finding the person who's right for you takes a lot of trial and error. Some people get lucky and are able to find the right person for them at a young age.
Yeah.
And for others, it takes a while. What matters is that you remember to prioritize yourself just as much as you value the relationship. You shouldn't lose yourself just to be with someone else, so make sure you take time to focus on you as well. Don't become one of those people who spends every second of their life with their significant other, and invest in a support system outside of your partner too. When it comes to relationships, it can be easy to turn a good thing into a bad thing. And the key to making sure things don't go south is finding balance. Don't hang on to something bad for too long, but also don't be quick to let a good thing go just because you hit a
That's
bump
what
in the
I was
road.
saying.
Like all things, a healthy relationship takes patience, compromise, and maturity. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to
If I can say like one final very important truth that people, and it might be very uncomfortable to hear, but not for everyone there is someone. And some people have to understand this and act with that in mind. What I mean by that, don't take someone just because you have to take someone because it's the age to do that. If you are a person that is not able to find anyone at the like, it can be that you die alone or with friends. That's what I mean. Like, focus. It doesn't mean that you have to have a relationship, and it doesn't mean that you have to have a woman or a man close to you. Like, at times you don't need that, and you have to be true to yourself. Maybe I'm not a relationship guy or girl right now. Maybe I will never be. So it's better if I just have one night stands and that's it. And I'm totally fine with that. But don't make families, kids with people you don't like or in a relationship and you are not meant to be there. That's it. Good video though.